And I get to go deep sea diving with NASA astronauts. It's very cool. They're shooting for the moon by going to the bottom of the ocean. It's a space exploration in a whole new way, and they're doing some amazing science down there that could help you one day. I'll explain.
And put on wetsuits to learn more about the moon.
As we speak, NASA is working on a controversial plan to put Americans back on the moon, not as visitors, but as residents, space pioneers, and miners of lunar resources. It will take another 12 years and tens of billions of dollars. But in the meantime, astronauts are becoming aquanauts, preparing for life in space by living underwater. It's called Operation NEEMO, and NASA was kind enough to loan me some air and invite me down for a visit. 34 years ago, NASA left the moon in a capsule. The journey back begins on a boat, heading off of the Florida Keys. It continues in a mask and fins, through 60 feet of warm azure water to the bottom of the Atlantic. Here, nestled in coral, surrounded by fish, sits Aquarius, the world's only undersea research lab. But for the current tenants, this is not the floor of the ocean, it is the surface of the moon. A place where air is precious, movement labored, danger constant. And this structure is their soggy lunar colony.
I didn't see a doorbell. I just came right on in.
A crew of 6 will spend 18 days living and working in the tightest of quarters. An underwater reality show beamed back to mission control rooms in Key Largo and Houston.
We copy all.
This is about the size of what, school bus?
Yeah, it's a little bit around the size of a school bus. It's actually like the size of the service module of the space station. The only real difference is, of course, in space you have no gravity inside the spacecraft.
But if you just have a bad day, where do you go to be alone?
Well,
you'll stand over there.
The other end. Take vacation down in the entry loft.
Today is Nicole Stott's wedding anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And Ron Guerin will miss 3 family birthdays on this mission, so the sacrifices are not simulated, and neither is the danger. If something goes wrong, the aquanauts will need 18 hours to decompress and surface, about the same time needed for a space station rescue. Worst-case scenarios are always on their minds and in their work.
Enjoying those 2 rod-to-rod connectors.
A doctor in Canada provides instructions on how to fix a broken bone, and for more serious wounds, NASA hopes surgeons on Earth will one day operate on astronauts in space with remote control robots. Later, they drive bigger robots across the ocean floor and exercise in lunar exploration and construction, and a constant show for the locals.
Have you gotten to know your neighbors? I saw a barracuda, like the size of a Buick out there.
We have new neighbors. There's one right there. Yeah.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Some of them are really territorial, some are very friendly, and then there's a couple who aren't very social, you know, but that's okay.
Although on the last night, you guys should have a fish fry.
I don't know our neighbors. How can you say that?
You didn't mean it.
They don't come up till Thursday. What's really unique is this telesurgery they're doing. A surgeon thousands of miles away can direct a robot, drive it through your abdomen to fix you up while you're in space, and they think this will have practical applications now on Earth in the battlefield and remote locations.
Fascinating. You're a lucky dog.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. They were great hosts. We'll be back.